Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so sitting in the house chilling, waiting for my breakfast to be cooked and ready for me to eat. And yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking about how the Lakers have lost all of their preseason games. Now, I have not had a chance to see the highlights of last night's game yet. I've come to you guys before even seeing highlights of this game. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I just want everybody to know that regardless of us losing all 5 preseason games, I think the most important thing that we have here is a team full of guys who have done it. They've done it. Russie hasn't won a championship just yet, but we know what he's capable of, and we know what he's accomplished in this league. They've done it. I think sacrifices are going to be what ultimately tells the story about this team. Russell Westbrook is going to have to sacrifice a lot to win this championship. In some ways, it is not going to be very good for him because he plays at a pace naturally that is probably best without LeBron James on the floor. And if he plays in lineups when LeBron James isn't on the floor, it makes us a much stronger team. Now, I'm not saying he and LeBron should never play with one another at all, but what I'm saying is, when looking at us through the preseason, we have good lineups that we can run that'll keep us deep and keep us with star power on the floor at all times. But with the 3 on the floor at the same time, they're going to have to play unique basketball in order to make it work. Now, Russell Westbrook is a very, very, very gifted, fast pace playing point guard. He can facilitate fast pace plays very well. When he gets into a system that works for him, we've seen it a million times. So I'm not moved too much by his struggles in this preseason with these turnovers. I think a lot of that has to do with things that are going on with trying to adjust and probably overall just being home. You know, when LeBron James first got here, he didn't look as comfortable to me. When Anthony Davis first got here, he didn't look as comfortable to me. It's a lot putting on the purple and gold, you know? It's a lot putting on the purple and gold and coming back home when you've had yourself away from LA and the elements that come with LA for so long, and you bring yourself back to it. He's a different man now, you know what I mean? And he has to be in some spaces that probably make it so that he's got to be reminded of some things that may have happened before he made it. Now, that's just me projecting. I'm just assuming how things go, but I know how it is when you live and love LA like we do. You know, when you're from out here and you love it like this. I've never left here, so I can't speak to that. I've certainly never had success, but I can't speak to that. But what I can say is what this place means to you. You know what I mean? Put on that purple and gold. And with that comes LA politics and everything that comes with that. And just being home, you know. What I'm trying to express to you guys is let Russell Westbrook get reacclimated to LA. Never mind about the on-the-court stuff. Trust me on this. Let him get comfortable being home again. Let him live in LA and get certain things straightened out that happens when you first come back home for good and you settle back in. I'm sure Paul George had to do it. I'm sure Kawhi Leonard had to do it. It's just an adjustment period that comes with overall just getting back home. And your focus is everywhere, you know? Like, that's how that goes. You got to get your living situation straightened out, make your kids have to be able to put them in school, stuff like that. Like, when you're grown and you're this age, it's different. Like, so I see why Russie may be a little kind of all over the place, may not necessarily look comfortable, kind of throwing the ball off people's heads and stuff like that. I know why that's happening. He just hasn't gotten a chance to settle in to his new surroundings and his new circumstances, and most importantly, the system. On the court stuff, timing things, where the ball should be, how to do certain things, how not to do certain things within the offense. It's a lot to learn as well on the court, obviously, and that has a lot to do with the issues that maybe we're kind of seeing out there. But I think he's getting better. You know, I think what I did see in the first half of the game, because I did see pieces of the game in certain instances today. last night rather. I did see him kind of being aggressive and doing some things that looked a little more like himself, but the struggles are there. It's obvious that the struggles are there. So I'm just saying, be patient. You know, this is a homecoming for him, but he's never been in this jersey before, so it's a lot to adjust to. And overall, you know, I just think that once he gets it together, more or less, when he gets more comfortable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You'll see him play at his best, and most importantly, reps. The more this team plays together, the more they'll just understand where to be, where not to be, and to understand that we're putting lineups on the floor that I don't think we're gonna settle in on. I don't think you're gonna see too much Rondo and Russell Westbrook playing with one another. I just don't. I like Rondo a lot, but I believe that we're approaching preseason playing him a bit more than we probably should. For his body and for the role that we want him to have this year, I just don't know that we're going to be leaning on him to that degree. Not with Russell and LeBron on the team being facilitators. It just doesn't really make sense for us, in my mind, to have featured him so much. Now, I know he can help certain units, and obviously I want him to be very much a part of what we do, but I just don't know if he really fits with Russell Westbrook like that. I don't see the purpose of really attempting to put them on the floor together and just see what happens in the preseason situation. I'm not curious about that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, but given the fact that we have injuries that have kind of taken the preseason and kind of threw a monkey wrench in what our plans were and what we were looking at, obviously I'm pretty sure we more so rather feature THT and Malik Monk and things and players like that, but at the end of the day, that's just not possible with him being hurt. So I can understand that maybe some things got derailed, but for me, I just thought that we missed some opportunities to kind of, I don't know, experiment with some other things that we could have been experimenting with out there, using the preseason for that. Because I know for a fact we're going to use the regular season for that as well, because it comes as an obvious notion to me that we're not quite where we need to be in terms of our planning and just overall what we're running out there. So it'll come. You know, we got the basketball minds for it. Excuse me. So at this point, we're just trying to, you know, get everybody healthy, let those guys heal from their surgeries and things like that, get them back into the swing of things. Hopefully Lakers can zero in on who they want to keep and make the right decision about who we bring in. I'd like to see Sekou Doumbouya. I don't know if he got a chance to play last night or not. I'll check out the highlights, of course, see if he got into the second half. But, you know, incorporating the new guys ultimately is something that I hope we were able to do in these preseason games, because at the end of the day, we struggled a lot. It wasn't great for morale. It wasn't great, just overall footage of our team. I think we saw some things that we liked, though. We certainly know that we have a player in Reeves that we can trust facilitating and doing things like that. You know, so that's one thing that I can say I took from there. And also I'll say in the first half of the game that I saw from the previous game in Sacramento, DeAndre Jordan looked good. He was doing some really good things out there defensively, using his length. It looks like he's working and he's moving it along. So I'd like to see more of the same, and if he could do that, it can win me over, you know, because I've been critical of his acquisition, but I know what his length can do. At the end of the day, I'm a believer in his length. I've come around on that, and you know, just like everybody else, he has to get in shape, get in the swing of things. It's been a nice off season for everybody, but you know, we're playing for something, and I think guys are underway, and I think they're doing the work now. So as they do that work, I think we'll see good things out of their bodies, so long as they don't get hurt. So that's what we're hoping for. Good health. That's everything. What else? So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to give you guys this morning. Yeah, just dealing with life. Of course, you guys know I got stuff, but who doesn't, right? At the end of the day, we just move forward and let sports kind of help us out and distract us from whatever it is that we're trying to get away from. So thank you guys. My name's Vito44, and I'm out.